are a number of live workshops with a variety of different topics that are somehow related to entrepreneurship and the course materials. And they are taught by some of our program coaches, as well as sometimes other entrepreneurs or people within the DDQIC network. And they're really a great an engaging opportunity to learn some new content and to help push your business forward in other ways. So, for example, one that I've taught the last couple of years is on HubSpot, which is a sales and marketing management and analytics tool. It's really helpful, and there's a lot of free functions on it. So we've gotten good feedback on that. And there's a lot of other ones which we have planned or will plan. And so you can find all of them in the calendar on OnQ, which we have a little screenshot of here. If you don't know how to get to the calendar, just reach out to the JimLeech email or one of your program coaches, and we can show you how to view that. But all the workshops will be posted there. And then if you can't make a workshop while it's happening live, we also record them so that you can view all of them after. So definitely keep an eye out for those, and I would highly recommend going to as many as you can. And I'll pass it.
All right. Thank you so much, Scott. Yeah. So I come in to really emphasize the crucial aspect of the program, which personally I really like so much. Office hours. When I was where you are in Ignite phase, my coach was Enoch. And as I've always said, year in, year out, if I did not really meet amazing coaches in Ignite phase, I don't know where my venture would be, and I don't know if I would have made it to the final phase. So I was lucky to meet amazing coaches. Coach Enoch, I worked closely with Coach Enoch in Ignite phase. Coach Jega was my coach in Explorer. But I worked very, very closely with Coach Enoch and Aquila in this phase. And they really helped me to refine my venture. Remember, just like Mom Rejoice was saying previously, that now we want to hear more of your story. We want to hear you translating those ideas you presented in the BMC into something practical. I'm sure you will see that one of the milestones for this phase is coming up with a prototype. And you cannot be able to come up with a good prototype if you don't check in weekly with your program coaches. And over years, we always do a survey. The students who come for office hours to seek for assistance, they always succeed. They always make it to the next phase. And whenever we are grading your BMCs, whenever we are grading your pitches, even before we reach on the grading, we know sometimes which student is very competitive, which student is likely to make it to the final phase. And those of you who made it or the program on the partial scholarship, you may have noticed that your program coach made a recommendation based on your interaction with him or her. This cannot be possible if you do not come for office hours. So I would really encourage you to come for these office hours if you want to succeed as an entrepreneur, and if you want to succeed in this program. It's going to help you to be able to achieve significant milestones in your venture, but also prepare you for the next phase. Thank you.
Amazing. I can tell you for completed the 6 milestone you had at the explore stage, which include identifying a problem and then clearing all assumptions, making key observations. I can tell you have been able to achieve some of those 6 milestones, or probably completed all those 6 milestones. Here at Ignite, we will be working on 4 key milestones, which includes developing a prototype, taking this prototype to your end users for feedback, that is testing on your end users for feedbacks. Based on that feedback, you either take some things out or add some things. Then you sit with your team and brainstorm how you can create channel to your market. Then you also start to think of how you can reach out to potential partners. Then you can also start to think of how you can validate or develop your venture based on sustainability, how your venture is going to make money for you. These are the 4 key milestones you will be working on at this stage. Now, if you combine these 4 milestones to the 6 milestones you had at Explore, you can tell that you have completed 10 milestones in all, which clearly shows you developing your venture successfully. These are great milestones, right? So if you work on them very well, you can clearly see you have your venture being developed from one stage to the other. I want to share 3 tips to help you succeed in these 4 milestones. First, ask yourself or with your team members, brainstorm together that how would my end users receive my product? Secondly, how am I going to fund this project? And the third tip is that attend office hours, discuss all these milestones with your program coaches, and they are happy to help you achieve them.
All right, guys. So to stay focused in the program, you need to know the end. You need to have the end goal from the beginning, which is your admission to the launch phase. So basically, what you're gonna have to do is to give us a video of to submit a video with your pitch. Remember, Mom Rejoice spoke about telling a story. So that story you will be telling us that story in a 4-minute video. And then you make sure that you complete your online course content, all of it. And I would really want to commend you, please go through the content. So what we have experienced from Explore phase is some of you just rush through the process, which at the end, it still catches up with you. So to make it easy, to save time, just go through the whole content so that you are equipped and ready for the 4-minute video. So a little bit about the 4-minute video. So it's 4 minutes. It's not 4 minutes 5 seconds. It's not 4 minutes 20 seconds. Not 4 minutes 30 seconds. It's 4 minutes or under, if you can. And then once you have that 4-minute video, you upload the pitch recording to YouTube, unlisted, and then you submit to OnQ in the assignment portal, and then you prepare for your Q&A session. And I really wish you to I really wish you to work hard on that, because it's not easy, but we can all do that. And so the submission will have to be on the 27th of April. And I think that's it from me.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Pascal. So this next section is regarding the partial scholarship recipients. So I'll just go over some key information to know before the registration process goes out later today. So firstly, why did we introduce the partial scholarship? So at JLMCF and at DDQIC, we're looking for sustainable ways we can increase program access and bring more people into the program. And this is one such way of doing it. So the partial scholarship. So the partial scholarship covers a significant portion of the program costs. So DDQIC covers 96% of the total $260 fee of the Ignite phase. So participants, after applying the promo code and because of your scholarship, will pay the remaining 4%, which is equivalent to $10 Canadian. So the registration instructions will be sent to you via email by the end of day today, going step by step through what you need to do. If you do have any questions, of course, always just reach out to the JimLeech Fellowship at queensu.ca email. One important point to take note of is the promo code. So once you go through the registration process, there will be a section that says that you can add a promo code. And through this code, you'll then receive the 96% discount. Again, all of this will be in instructions as well. So a bit about the application process for the partial scholarship. So first, the registration and entry requirement is that you go through the registration process by April 1st. So this is in about 2 weeks. Once you've gone through the registration process, which is, you can see the screenshot here of what it should look like once you're going through the payment page. you'll access the program content. So we'll admit you within 1 to 2 business days. It should be quite instant, and then you'll be able to see the Ignite course on your OnQ portal. And then lastly, you'll go through all the content as coaches have stated and compete for admission to the final phase, launch entrepreneurship.
Hi, everyone. So, pitch competition. Every year, we have a final pitch competition in the last phase of the program. This is the thing that we're all really, really working towards. And these are the pitch competition winners from last year. All of them are from different backgrounds. They're working on different types of businesses. They're from different countries, and they're at different stages in their business. But they worked really hard. They attended office hours. They refined and refined and refined their pitches until it was at a stage that they won. So it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, what you're working on, and how long you've been working on it. You have a chance to enter the next stage of the program. And then when you do that, you have a chance to become one of these winners. So pitch competitions are amazing. We love them. This is your final goal that you're working towards. So let's move on.
Thank you so much, Akila. In this slide, we'll be looking into the how do we access the Ignite Entrepreneurship 24 course. So, as you are aware, you should have access to the OnQ portal. So please navigate to the OnQ portal, and then under the course, you should be able to see Ignite Entrepreneurship 2024 package, like a folder. So please log in with your net ID, and then you should be able to see that. And then once you click that, you should be able to see 5 modules within the program. Module 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, as Megan mentioned. Ideally, you should be taking 1 week per module to complete it, and there is no strict deadlines for each and every module. But please make sure you're completing 1 module per week. And just to be mindful, please make sure once you complete each and every program or a course within the module, try to check whether there is a check mark on the side. Usually, it is like a period or like a round dot. Whenever you try to complete the individual modules, you should be able to see a check mark. So that is a good sign to ensure whether you have completed each and every sub-contents within the module. So once you complete all the modules, if you have any questions in the modules, please feel free to reach out to your program coach. Next, we'll be looking into how to connect with your program coach. So after this meeting, you should be receiving an email from your program coaches. So in that email, you'll receive a welcome module or a welcome package with all the relevant information. For those who are qualified under partial scholarship, once you make the payment, I believe you should be able to hear from your program coach. So once you receive the email, feel free to make connections with them. Your program coach should post office hours regularly, so please feel free to participate in the office hours. Try to bring up the questions which you have in the modules, or try to practice your pitch. Try to get feedbacks and then try to improve from there. And then next we'll be seeing about the workshops. As Coach Scott mentioned, throughout the program, our team will be hosting a variety of webinars and workshops on several topics related to entrepreneurship and innovation. So please make sure you're participating in these online entrepreneurship skills and training courses. You should be able to see the invitations in the OnQ calendar. So please make sure if you are able to access that. If not, you should also be receiving email from the team. If not, please follow up with your coach. He should be able to help you. And finally, pitch submission. At the end of April, you'll be required to upload a pre-recorded pitch into your OnQ portal in the submissions. folder. So each individual or a team in the program has this opportunity to pitch for a seed funding for a following amount to advance to their projects or venture. All pitch instructions will be posted on the on-queue, so please keep an eye on it. So that's all I have for this one. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Jaga, and thank you, everyone. So we'll now move into the final section of today's presentation. So please use the raise hand feature to ask a question, and you can also type your question into the chat, and we'll get to those as well. So thanks so much for listening to today's presentation. We'll make sure to send out the slides and also the recording afterwards, just in case you missed anything. So we'll now jump into questions. Perfect. So starting off with Ola Demiji.
All right, thank you. Good evening. Please, I just want to ask if we have assignments and quizzes like the explore phase. Are we also submitting assignments? Are there any quizzes attached to the module? Thank you.
Great question. So no, there aren't assignments there are not assignments per module. So you will be required to submit the final pre-recorded pitch video at the end of Ignite, but there are not module assignments like there were in Explore. Perfect. And off to you, Ruth.
Okay, thank you so much, Megan. I'm enjoying the presentation. But just that I couldn't hear Jaga's presentation. So I don't know if you could summarize in just a minute for me. I didn't hear anything.
Oh, shoot. Okay. I'm happy to reshare. There it is. I'm happy to go over it. I was able to hear you, Jaga, but I guess I'm happy to redo it, the next steps.
Sure, yeah, thank you. Sorry,
Yeah.
my voice has been...
No problem. So the next steps are, there are 4 key next steps after today's call. So first, as Jaga said, logging into the on-queue course and viewing the content. So the Ignite course is open. You should be able to see it. For the partial scholarship recipients, you won't be able to see it yet, but once we send out the registration instructions today, once the registration and payment is complete, it will be there for you. Second is connecting with your program coach. So by the end of the week, this week, your coach will have reached out to you. This will likely be a new coach from the one that you were working within Explore, and they will also share their office hours with you. Their office hours will also be posted on the on-queue course calendar. So make sure to connect with your program coach. And as we've stated time and time again, it's really important to make sure you're attending these office hours. It can really give you a leg up in the program. Third is participating in the workshop series. So the workshop series is currently being planned, and during the series, we'll have many of our coaches speak in different topic areas that are key for your success in the program, but just also in building your venture in general. And we'll also have fireside chats with successful entrepreneurs in the DDQSC Global Network as well, who will come and speak about their experience, and you'll have the chance to ask them all sorts of questions as well. Just a quick note about the workshop series. For example, our very first workshop will be in about 2 weeks, and it's with Emma Naturinda talking about storytelling. So that's a really essential topic, and that's where we'll be kicking it off. And then the 4th point here is pitch submission preparation. So of course, go through all the modules, that's key, but also start thinking about how you're going to present your idea, your venture in the pitch at the end of Ignite. So start preparing for that. All the instructions are already available on OnQueue, so you can check those out as well. Another opportunity you'll have to start preparing for the pitch submission is in your office hours. So as we get to halfway through Ignite or further, your coaches will have opportunities for you to pitch in office hours and receive feedback as well. So definitely take up that opportunity. And I think I'll leave it there. Thanks for your question, Ruth. I'll now pass it off to Buoni Lamthem.
Yes, I have a question about the payment. How can we make a payment in Ethiopian for PayPal account? Because it is really hard here in Ethiopian because they don't have a PayPal account. So how can we make a payment?
So the payment options are the only options we have available right now are through debit card a prepaid card, which you can get at a bank or through a credit card. So we can chat with you separately about different payment options if you don't think that these are feasible, and see what we can do to make it available. But can you just repeat that? Is it that you don't have access to a card, a debit card?
Yes, because in Ethiopian it's not working. Debit card and
Right.
credit card it's not working. So the Ethiopian, they just receive the money and you cannot send money out. Is there option if you can transfer your money from another country, like Uganda and different, you can send by another person? Is possible?
Yes, that will be possible. But before you move forward with that option, please just send us an email so we can make sure we work out the details before the payment goes through. But yes, we're happy to accommodate with a different option if the ones that we're currently providing aren't feasible. Perfect. Ruvimo, sorry.
Okay, hi Megan. I would like to ask you about the partial scholarship. Does it have an impact to the launch phase, or we are all equal when it comes to the pitching?
Yes, you are all equal when it comes to the pitching. So you won't have any sort of disadvantage there.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. So all of the resources that we have in Ignite, all of the content, the coaches, of course, will all be available. Off to you, Hermes.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Hermes from Kenya. I would like to request, I don't have a question, mine is just a request from you. You said that the due date is first April. So as for me, I feel like I'll not be able to pay by that date. Would you please consider extension?
Yes, we can definitely consider an extension. If you need an extension from the deadline, can you please reach out to the JimLeech Fellowship email? We just want to make sure we have it on record, but we're happy to provide an extension. Perfect. And now to Lorona.
Hi, Megan. I heard you talk about the Explore credential, and I couldn't hear the requirements for the credential. Can you please repeat them? Thank you.
So the requirements for the Explore credential are to receive a 65% in the business model Canvas assignment, and to also have passed all of the quizzes, all of the module quizzes with 60% or higher. And then just a final note on that is that it should be automatically, once you've met these requirements, it should go to you automatically. If you did meet these requirements and you don't see it, just reach out to us via email and we'll figure it out. So off to Denjuma.
Okay, greetings, Megan. And hi to Duncan. He's an amazing coach. Please, I would like to know the Queen's Library. During the Explore stage, I wasn't able to access the library. I don't know whether it's my end or we are not entitled to access the library. And if we are, how do we go about it? Thank you.
So all students or participants in the JimLeech program do have access to the library. So the 3 resources you have access to are the OnQ platform, an Outlook email account from Queen's University, and also the library. So we have had issues in the past with students trying to open the library and not being able, it just not loading or giving you an error message. If that's the case, there's a few strategies you can try. So first is clearing the cache or cookies on your browser that you're using. Second is using a different browser. So if you're using Chrome, for example, try using Safari or Firefox or a different browser, because sometimes the browser can cause issues. And then third, try a different device if that's possible. And if those 3 strategies don't work for you, please reach out to us and we'll see what we can do. If it is going to take a bit longer to help you regain access, we can give you workarounds as well for the time being. But try those 3 strategies first and then reach out to us. So,
sorry. Again, some of us in some parts of West Africa, we are having challenges with our network. I don't know. Our coach, Mr. Duncan, said the team was working on it. I don't know how far the team has gone with maybe trying to give us a solution that will be better for us if it should in case our network have challenges again.
Sure. So right now, for the time being, what we can do is provide. We've tried to lower the resolution on all the videos as much as possible so that they're easier to load with lower bandwidth. What we also do is share all of the presentation slide decks as well and the transcripts, and we can share those via email if OnCue isn't loading. So just trying to find different solutions for lower bandwidth and anyone with internet issues. And then we will also distribute the slide decks and the recordings for the workshop series as well. But if these strategies aren't working, we can see what else we can do. Another option is as well is we can use WhatsApp, because I know WhatsApp typically works better with lower resolution. So I've also sent the presentation slides before, for example, via WhatsApp. So if the internet issues are causing problems into the course, and I've heard of the issues that are happening right now, please just let us know and we'll see what we can do to accommodate. Okay, and off to Monica.
Hi, Megan. Yes, I have a question. I was an alumni of this program, so I wanted to find out that should I have to go back again to ONQ platform for me to access the module again. Should I have to go there again and access the whole module?
So as an alumni, you still have access to all of them. And yes, you do need to use that same account that you used when you first entered the program. If you're having difficulty accessing the platform right now, what you'll need to do is reset your password. So every year, Queen's requires everyone to reset their password just as a security precaution. So I can send you the password reset instructions. And once that's done with your previously given net ID and account instructions, you'll be able to access the platform. Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Would you be able to repeat that?
You're saying like I have to go back again and study all the modules that I already have done on the past, or they have added new, or they have updated the system, the module.
I see. So the content itself, do you have to repeat content that you've already gone through? Is that correct?
The what? I missed that. You saying what?
Is your question if you have to repeat and review all the content that you've already? Okay.
Yes.
So you aren't required to rewatch content that you've already completed and gone through. Well, we do recommend it as a refresher if you'd like, but it's not a requirement. What you will be required to do is submit a new pitch, of course. And we also highly recommend you go to all of the workshops because many of the topics are new or updated in the workshops.
Okay, not so much.
No problem. Okay, and next up, I'll pass it to Lympho.
Hi, Megan. So I'd actually like to ask on the part of getting the certificate after the completion of the course. So I'm working with a team. My team, there's like 4 members. So I would like to know, after completion, are like all of us going to get the certificate, or is it just going to be me?
Are your teammates in the program as well?
No, because I was the only one that entered.
So you will be the only one to receive the credential, given that you're in the program. Unfortunately, since they aren't enrolled in the program, they won't receive the certificates as well.
Okay, thank you very much.
No problem. And Obi Lillian.
Hi, good evening, Megan.
Good evening.
Does it mean having 51% as a grade for the BMC means there's no batch for the Explore?
Yes, correct. So unfortunately, the cutoff is 65% for the badge for Explore, but you are still eligible for the other micro credentials that we have. So that is the customer discovery, high performance teams, and design thinking.
Okay, so I want to also ask, the grades for our worksheets were not uploaded. Will they be uploaded?
They will be updated, but just a note to point out is that the worksheets aren't graded, but they are only marked for completion. So if you submitted it and it was original work, you'll receive a pass completion mark, but you won't receive a specific grade like we've done for the business model canvases.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. And I'll pass it over to Amina.
Hello, Megan. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, please, I did want to know if those giving partial scholarship, their grade for the BMC is shown, because I saw my colleagues saying yesterday that the grades are out, but I've gone to the site and I can't see mine. It is written at the evaluation state that unread, but there's no grade there. So I did want to know concerning that, because I'm having partial scholarship. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for your question. And yes, all the grades have now been posted. So if you aren't able to see it, please reach out to the JimLeech Fellowship email address, and I'll look into that, to why your grade isn't posted, and I'll give you an update. But all grades have now been posted for everyone. Perfect. And off to Nesma.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity. And a friend is asking, because like you mentioned in the slides that we're moving on from step 12 to 24, and if that means actually the models in the Ignite phase or the workbook. So yeah.
Yeah, so it's both. You're to work through the Ignite modules, which are separate from the workbook. So both are required. So the disciplined entrepreneurship workbook is listed separately, and you're to go through those chapters at the same time that you're going through the modules. Again, it's self-paced, but they complement one another, and those final 12 to 24 steps are a great way to move through the Ignite phase as well.
Okay, sorry. So we just go through it. We don't submit the worksheets or anything. I mean,
exactly.
Yes. Learning. Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. Okay, and I'll pass it over to Emmanuel. Emmanuel Collins.
Yes, good evening, Megan.
Good evening.
Yes, please, I've done all the courses, the full courses, so I have a partial scholarship, but I haven't received pass for all of them. I saw congratulations, so that your credential is there, but I'm loaded so long, and it hasn't come yet.
Okay, if you haven't seen it, I keep saying this, but please reach out to the JimLeech email. We did have some trouble with I had a handful of students reach out as well, saying that they completed all the requirements, but they do not see their badges. We've resolved those issues now, but if you're still having trouble viewing your badges and certificates, reach out to me and I'll send you the direct links to where you can find your credentials.
So how can I reach out to you?
So I'll put the email in the chat. The best way to reach out to our team is through the JimLeech Fellowship at queensu.ca email. And there it is in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Okay, and off to Samuel.
Good evening, Megan.
Good evening.
Thank you. Actually, I wasn't able to access my Queen's email. So is there any other support or assistance so that I can be able to access it?
Yes. So if you can send me your net ID, I'll just forward your request to the IT services department, and they'll just check to make sure that your email is properly set up, and you should be able to log in. It also might be an issue of needing to reset your password. Sometimes that's the barrier to getting to your account, but just send me an email to the JimLeech Fellowship account, and we'll look into how you can access your email and what the issue is.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. And I guess just as a general note to everyone, if there is any issues that you're having with accessing OnQ, Outlook, or the library, again, reach out to that email and we'll figure out how it's done. Another point that I'll bring up is that we have a frequently asked questions page on the JimLeech website. So if you scroll to the bottom, it'll show all the FAQs. And from there, you can also find instructions on how to access each of the platforms you should be able to access. So I'll just put it in the chat here. So if you scroll to the bottom, there's a frequently asked questions webpage. Perfect. And I'll pass it over to you, Evans.
Hello, Megan. Hello, everyone. During Explore, we were assigned various coaches, and I understand that we are going to be assigned various coaches as well for Ignite. And I was wondering if it's going to be same like for Explore, if we're going to have the opportunity to interact with other coaches, because I want to be sure that I will have the possibility to continue working with my previous coach, because I got to understand a lot. Like at this point, I already understand her so good. So I just want to know if that's going to be a possibility.
Yes, absolutely. So you're welcome to attend any of the coaches' office hours. They're all posted publicly on the OnQ page, so feel free to join anyone's. I will note that we require students to attend at least 50% of their coaches' office hours. So just to clarify, there are 8 weeks of Ignite Entrepreneurship. So for at least 4 of the weeks, we're expecting you to show up to office hours. Of course, we really recommend you attend all of them, but that's why it's important to attend your assigned program coach's office hours. But again, I'll answer your question directly. You can attend anyone's office hours. And then the last point I'll make is that we also have a fantastic team of mentors, many of whom are on today's call. So the mentor industries, countries, their alma mater, so what university they went to, and their preferred contact method are all listed on OnQ. So I really recommend looking through that list and also making connections with the mentors. Each of them have gone through the program as well, so they've been where you are. And so they're a great resource to take advantage of as well. Okay, and I'll take just a few more questions because we have 6 minutes left. So off to you, Ibrahim.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I think I didn't get the explanation concerning the partial scholarship, and I would like you to explain who qualifies for the partial scholarship and when does the person make the payment. Thank you.
So whether you if you received the partial scholarship, that would have been clear in your offer letter for Ignite. So just look at the heading for the email, and also inside the email it'll say partial scholarship. If it doesn't indicate partial scholarship, that means that you received the full scholarship. So later today, when we send out the registration instructions for partial scholarship recipients, you will receive an email if you're part of that group. So that'll also make it clear. Okay. And now off to Ruvimbo.
Hi, once again. I want to ask you about, quiz 8. By the time I did that module, there was no quiz. But I opened yesterday, it was uploaded. Can I do it?
Yes, I'm very impressed by that you've already found the quiz, because yesterday was when it was uploaded. So you found it the day it was uploaded. So just so everyone's aware, you already are, but for module 8 for the Explore course, there was quiz. We were making edits to the quiz, so that's why we decided to remove it.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, just one moment. I'm having some audio issues. Okay. So the only thing I'll add is, yes, you're welcome to do that quiz. It's open now. So if you want to test your understanding, then feel free to go through that quiz. And I also want to add that all of the quizzes have been opened up and don't have a, I guess, an attempt limit or and are not locked anymore. So if you want to test your understanding of the Explore material, you can go back and go through those quizzes whenever you want. Okay, and back to you, Nesma.
Okay, stupid question. I'm wondering who corrected my BMC because I scored, well, something that I didn't want to score. And I wanted feedback on what I did wrong and what I did right. So if that's possible, it would be very helpful.
Yeah, no, that's a great question, and we're always happy to provide feedback. So if you do want to connect with the coach that graded your BMC, or any of the coaches, just reach out to the JimLeech email, and I'll put you in contact with some coaches to give you more detailed feedback. Another area or another way you can get detailed feedback is in the office hours as well. And the very last point I'll mention is that each business model canvas was marked by 2 coaches. And then the grade that was received was the average between both coaches' grades. So there were multiple sets of eyes on each BMC. So you can get lots of different feedback as well. So happy to do that. Okay, so last question, Redzer, Emmanuel.
I want to ask about the prototype. Is it necessary that everyone create a prototype? Some of us are just rendering services, we don't have goods. So I want to be sure everyone must present a prototype.
Okay, if I understood correctly, you're asking not a prototype isn't applicable to all ventures and what to do if that's the case. Is that correct?
Exactly. So I just want to be sure whether we all need to create a prototype for the venture that
Got it. Okay, I think that this would be a great question for the coaches to chime in for. So what advice would you give in this situation? Feel free to step in. I'm happy to repeat the question too if you'd like.
Can you? Sorry, can you repeat it?
Yes. So what to do? So Emmanuel said that a prototype might not be applicable for his venture or for everyone's venture. So what would you do in this case, or what advice would you give to someone who thinks that module in that section isn't relevant for them?
Can I go ahead?
Of course, yeah.
Okay. So maybe what is your business? Because every single business you can test somehow. So prototype is just used to test your market to see if you have some sort of product market fit or if it works in some sort of way, right? Like we want to test what you're doing out there and see if it works. If it doesn't work, then you could change it and modify it and test it again. So with your coach, you will be able to work out how you can test your product. And maybe we'll have a workshop on testing, so it can help as well. And maybe a workshop on prototyping that can help you. But if you're able to test something, you know if people are going to use it or not. And that's so important. So every single one of you has to be able to test somehow how your product or whatever you're creating will work or not work. So don't skip the module, please. Do it, and maybe you'll learn some more stuff and you can ask more questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So it's almost like a feasibility testing, if I understand correctly.
Yes, exactly. I'm seeing Akila nods. I think that's spot on. Perfect. So unfortunately, we're out of time for questions, but you'll be connected with your coaches by the end of the week. So you can definitely reach out to them if you have any other questions. And of course, reach out to the JimLeech Fellowship at quidu.ca email as well. And I'll be distributing the recording and the presentation afterwards alongside your welcome package. So make sure to review the welcome package materials as well as you're diving into the modules this week. So, just before ending, I'll pass it over to you, Pascal.
Yes, just reminding you for the picture, the cohort picture.
Thank you. This happens every year. So at the end of the call, we always like to take a cohort picture, which we'll then send out afterwards. So if everyone wants to take a moment to turn on your camera, we're going to take some screenshots and then I'll distribute it afterwards. And feel free to share it across your social media. We'll be sharing it as well. So I'll just give it another few seconds for everyone to share and I'll count down. I'm about to take the photos and if another coach could take some photos too, just in case I miss any one, that would be great.
Should we turn off our cameras as coaches?
I'm gonna take every single screen. So okay. Yeah, and I'll piece them together. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Okay, perfect. I got it. Thanks so much, everyone. I'll send those out afterwards. And thanks for the reminder, Pascal. I think I need that every time. Okay, well, I hope you all enjoy the rest of your afternoon or evening, and I look forward to working with you, and we'll talk soon. So, bye for now.
Bye, everyone.
Recording stopped.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
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 Bye.